episode 2 of the coding series on ZenDragon. So last episode we got this code, so hopefully you still got your program still left over from last episode. If not, pause the video here, get to this stage and make sure everything looks identical to what you can see here. Okay, so once you've done that, just to go over, recap and go over what we did last episode, we did console.writeLine just saying hello, welcome to my application, and that prints that, writes that to the console, and then we said that string name, so a variable called name, which is a string type variable, equals console.readLine, so whatever I put here is what name will equal, and then after that, console.writeLine, it will write what I type, because what I type is the variable, and then that's going to type the variable. So if I put Stephen, it types Stephen, as you can see here. So this is just one method. We're going to make another method. So one way to do that is if you just outside of these code blocks now, but inside the class block, so it's still in the same program, we do exactly the same thing, static void. We're going to call it age, right? Age, so what we're going to do here is we're going to ask for the user's age and manipulate that data. So, open bracket, you can see that's gone yellow now, so it's worked. So there needs to be some kind of body in here, so like an argument. So up here we've got string args. So in here, what you can type is string, it can be anything, it can literally be chicken. String chicken, and just for a second open up these, so these are the curly brackets, that's where your code's going to go. As you can see, that works now. So this could be anything. I could put string a, string that, it can be anything. We'll just do string a for now. This just declares that what's going to be sent to this method will be a string. If we wanted other stuff as well, we can always add that, but at the minute we're just going to go for string a. You can call that what you want, but just remember it. So over here we've got the name, right? So what we can do is we want to send this information to this method. So if I try doing this, console.writeLine in brackets name in this method, let's see what happens. Console.writeLine, we want to use name, no, just name. It's red, because that doesn't exist in the current context, because it's not been sent here. So what we need to do is here, we know this method is called age, right? So we do age, and we're going to send over string name, we just put name, like that, right? So that is going to send this across, string name, string name, string name. So actually, because this is what it accepts, right? Sorry, that's my bad. I forgot to change this back, but that can be anything. But if you're sending data, it needs to be what it is. If I put string name in here, it's going to accept string name, which it does, and we can use that here. So this will do that, it will do that, and then it will write the name, and then it will go to this method, and it will send this data console.writeLine, and then name, right? So this is another method we've just made. We should probably make a bit of an intro into this method, so we can tell it's something sort of different. So what we're going to do is with the speech marks like we did up here, we're going to open them up, and in the middle we are just going to put welcome to the age method, like that, right? We probably should put the name there, right? Yep, but the way some people would probably do it is doing like that, right? It's just effort, and it doesn't really work. So this is what you want to type in the speech marks: curly bracket, 0, curly bracket, right? Full stop doesn't need to be there. And then outside the speech marks, just put a comma, and then name, right? So what this is 0. So in coding, 0 means the first instance, 1 means the second, second means the third, because it starts from 0. So this will get the first instance from over here and put it in here. So this will be welcome to the age method, and then whatever the name is, whatever we type here, will appear here. If I wanted to do another one, so if I had name and in a bit when we get age, we would do it like that. One, so that'd be the second instance, like that. So let's just test this out so far. So if we go Joshua, welcome to the age method, Joshua. And it says here, you don't even type Joshua because the variable is declared as Joshua. Bang, right? So up here, I'm just going to get rid of this just because it's in the way, like that. And we're going to change this text. This is just some simple stuff. We'll change this to welcome to the application. What is your name? Like that. And then it'll read the line and send it to this method, and it'll say welcome to the age method. And then it'll say the name, right? So now we should probably get the age and find out what age of the person it is that the user. Get the age of the user, of the person who's using the program. There we go. So we need to make another integer, but not another integer, another variable, but it needs to be an integer variable. So the way you do that is int for integer, and then we'll just put age, and this is going to equal console.read line. Everything should work, right? No, we have a red line here. Reads the next line of characters, and here's the error at the bottom. You can't convert type string to integer. This is for strings, right? This is an integer, so it's not going to work. So what we do is we type this, and watch. Convert dot to int 32, and what we want to convert is inside these brackets. So we'll open it, and we'll close it there. So we're converting whatever the user puts, because we know the read line, it reads what the user puts, right? And then we're converting that to an integer, and that's saved as age, which is an integer variable. So that's saved now. We've converted what the user puts, because what it puts, this is for strings. We've converted that to an integer, saved that integer as a variable called age. Hopefully that all makes sense. If not, go back in the video and go over it again. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do console.writeLine. We now have to do this now, and we're just going to put in here hi. We'll do 0 because we want the name to be there. You are, you are, and then we'll do 1 in here, years old. And then outside of the speech marks, remember, we do name, and then what it would be is just age, like that, with another comma around that, and then make sure you put your semicolon at the end. So after this, we're just going to put console.readLine, because we know what that does. It waits for the user input, so this won't close the application. It will mean it will just be on that blinking cursor. Let's run what we've got so far and see. So we're in this method here. Welcome to the application. What is your name? Jake. Welcome to the age method, Jake. Right? And we were basically we forgot to change that text to what is your age. So quickly do that now, because the user would know what to do. Insert your age, like that. Sorry about that. Name, Jake. Welcome to the age method, Jake. Enter your age. So let's just put 29. Hi Jake, you are 29 years old. So it's getting the name variable, which is the string which we made in this method. The age, we got that in this method, and we're putting it into here. So whatever I put, if I was to put name is chicken, and I'm that years old. Hi chicken, you are da 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 years old. And that's because makes it dynamic, which is what you usually always want your code to be. You don't want to make it not dynamic realistically, which is why these are so good, because you put the variable in, you put the 0 and the 1, and this can go on for ages. Like if we had another one here, like occupation, we just put 2 in there. So hopefully that makes sense. I know this isn't the longest videos, but it's just to slowly over time we'll learn more and more. So yeah, in this episode we covered making new methods, using integer variables, and using these little snazzy things to make variables appear in the text. If anything didn't make sense, go back in the video and pause where you need to. Any questions, put it in the comments. As I did say, I'm not the best developer in the world. I'm quite new to this stuff as well, but I'm just trying to teach what I do know. So yeah, if you did enjoy the video, drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. We'll be doing some cool stuff as well. Peace.